Hello, you all. Come in, hit the like, hit the share button. Um, let's get this live stream started. What is today? Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. I'm just looking over some things. I wanted to do this quick update, quick live stream about what's going, transpiring, what's happening right now in the economic world. Why I have been coming before you all faithfully and letting you know what what the economy is doing, what great economists and the number one best-selling author of the best-selling all-time book on finances, investing, understanding the terminology of teaching financial literacy and education and financial application, about just defining some things about what's the difference between the asset and a liability, just knowing those that terminology, that literacy, and putting these things into play. Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, best-selling author of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, came out today and is offering, or not offering, but is giving a warning. Right, and we know Robert Kiyosaki has been giving warnings for years. That this is going to be the greatest reset, the greatest recession of all time. Also, I'm going to break down Elon Musk. He's buying silver. I've been talking about tangible assets, tangible silver as well, and a lot of things revolving around the number 42. Not just Jackie Robinson's death with the great number 42, but 42 is showing up a lot right now. And the number 44, 44, Elon Musk purchased Twitter for 44 billion. Hello, Miss Howard. Thank you all for tuning in. $44 billion, but also the number 42 in biblical, in the Bible, is connected to the Antichrist, right? A lot of things going on with AI, artificial intelligence, with Elon Musk. In fact, he actually pumped up ADA and AGI crypto. And speaking of cryptocurrency, you all, this is why I have been telling you all that you want to invest in deflationary cryptocurrencies, right? Deflationary cryptocurrencies that will go on a run this year. This bull run will be cryptocurrencies that have real world usage, that are linked to physical, real world projects. I can't tell you the amount of people that come to me and say, "Hey, I got scammed. I was in this forex type trading crypto, and it kept telling me in order to get my money out, I had to invest more money in, and my password wouldn't work, and I didn't know how to transfer my money out." Listen, these opportunities per se, these scams, you even have to be careful when you're trading in the market. If you're trading against cryptocurrency, because if you are ready to sell your crypto, if you are a trader, you have to have a buyer, right? You have to have a buyer. And so then people will come and they say, "Well, I don't know, crypto is a scam." No, no, no. What you decided to act upon that did not have real use cases was a scam. Not all cryptocurrencies are a scam, and not all opportunities are scam. So this is why I've been educating people about commodities, about the real world projects, about getting in cryptocurrencies, that you can come in and you can mine cryptocurrencies that are connected again to physical commodities in the earth realm, like oil, natural gas, aluminum, which is a $10 billion industry, um, digital gold, commercial real estate, real world use cases, real world projects. So I have taken some sleep medicine. So let's get this live stream started before I just um, just make a blurry babbling live stream. So Robert Kiyosaki says world economy on the verge of collapse, warns of bank runs, saving, bail-ins coming in. A lot of banks right now are telling you they don't have your money in the bank. People got exactly 1,114 people in. So whether you are watching this live or on the replay, type in hashtag 111. 4. That's pretty cool. Type that in. I do notice that. Type in while you're watching this live on the replay, 1114, right? It's going to fluctuate, but let's recognize the moment. Yeah, it just fluctuated a lot when I did that. But anyway, he warns of a bank run. The famous author, again, of the best-selling book. If you have not read this book, I promise you need to read it. It's a book about economics. It's a book teaching you about what's real money versus fake money, real money, uh, as it relates to silver and gold versus fiat cash money, government's money, right? So we have God's money versus government money. And he says the world economy is on the verge of collapse. He warned investors about risk of bank runs, frozen savings account. This also includes your 401ks. People will lose hundreds, thousands, maybe even multiple thousands in 401ks, right? 401ks. And bail-ins that may come next. So that's again Robert Kiyosaki on the collapsing world economy. And this book was written in 1997, and it talks about it has been on the New York Times seller for like 6 years. More than 32 million copies have been sold. I wonder how many people have actually read that book and implemented out of the 32 million who's actually purchased it. So he said, run on bank runs, savings account. He's urging investors to buy silver, right? Think about what kills the vampires. A silver bullet. And I heard garlic too does something, but we're gonna stay on focus. The silver bullet. I have been having my website asking you all to get in silver for long, physical, tangible silver, and commodities connected to crypto. Why? Because this is deflationary tokens, right? Deflationary tokens. People that hold on to cash, people that hodl cash, they're going to be the biggest losers. People that are not making transitions out of their checking account, people that's not making transitions out of their 401ks, right? Out of their savings account. This is Venezuela money that's no longer in use, that's no longer worth anything. In fact, it's this famous story behind this that there was a wheelbarrow full of this money, and I got this when I went to the Miami Bitcoin conference. Wheelbarrow full of this money, and the person stole the wheelbarrow and left the money. The wheelbarrow was um, more valuable than the actual cash. This is Venezuela. $50 bill. No longer worth anything, but maybe if you wanted to have a bonfire or something. Paper currency, people. That's why it was called the petrodollar, and up to that point, 1971, other countries could convert United States global currency and come to the United States. And the United States were keeping some countries' gold and safety and security with the promise of backing of support of military if needed. And when countries saw that in 1971, look how long ago that was, right? In fact, that was before I was born. And when countries saw how much money printing and distribution of the United States dollars, they knew something was wrong. They knew it was like, no. They're putting too much cash in circulation. They don't have the real money and gold to back this up. So this is going to make this cash less valuable, right? And make real money rise to the occasion and more valuable. So give us our gold back. And President Nixon made an announcement saying, no, we're not going to allow other countries to convert the United States dollars that they hold into the real money, which is gold. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to reiterate this. Most people work all their lives and they never hold real money in their hand. So I simply want to prepare you for what's coming. In times of financial crisis, right? Depositors may panic and withdraw their money all at once, which can cause bank runs, lead to frozen savings accounts. Yes, they can freeze your money, right? In fact, FDIC only covers or insures supposedly up to 250,000. So if you have below that in the banks, your money is not even secured. It's not even, safe. So bank faces the issues of insolvency right now. It's going to cause or impose bail-ins where the bank uses deposits of funds to keep itself afloat. The bank have the right to use your funds, our funds, everybody funds that's not converting it into some type of product that the banks do not have control in. They have the rights to keep your funds, to keep themselves afloat. And all of this can hurt investors financially. So, the Fed's action, what's going on right now, is going to or can destroy the United States dollar. Robert Kiyosaki also warns about investing in the stock market, bonds, and mutual funds, and ETFs. Why? Because all of it is backed by the current cash based system that's about to be bankrupt and reset. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Think about what your 401ks and retirement money is consisted of or bundled of. Exchange ETFs. In fact, he says nothing but Bitcoin, gold, and silver are the best investments for these unstable times because he called gold and silver God's money, right? While Bitcoin is the people's money, it is not the government's money. It cannot be tampered, it cannot be manipulated, it cannot be seized, it cannot be stolen. It is decentralized commodity backed crypto, and that's all I bring before you. That's all I talk to you about. Meaning that there is no central party or government like our government that can control it. They can't control Bitcoin. It is already deemed a commodity, just like Ethereum, just like these blockchain technology cryptos that I've been talking to you about. They are decentralized as well. So Robert Kiyosaki predicted by 2025, Bitcoin price will be $500,000. Let me let you see that. I want you to see it in black and white from the article, right? $500,000 by 2025 for Bitcoin. And the reason why I tell people right now, Bitcoin, even at the red at $23,000, I'm not saying, it won't be smart to hold you a little Bitcoin. But if you're holding Bitcoin for an ROI, return on your investment, you're holding it for the wrong reasons because you may get a 4 to 6x return. First, you have to grow the money you're currently making, and then you want to at a rapid pace, and then you might want to purchase some BTC with it because now you have more money to get in it. A lot of people have allowed Bitcoin to get too expensive to really help them in this global financial reset. So Bitcoin's price will reach 500K according to Robert Kiyosaki by 2025. Gold will be 5,000 and silver will soar to 500. Now, why is that important? Because you can get silver under $40 now. Gold is approximately $1,800, $1,900, almost $2,000. So your greatest gains, also shortage of silver will, increase, drive up the prices to all-time new highs. This year, being 2023, he expects the price of gold to reach 3,800 and silver to almost double to $75. He said the holders of gold, silver, and BTC will get richer when the Fed pivots and prints trillions of dollars. In January, he said we are in a global recession. Again, warning of soaring bankruptcy, unemployment, and homelessness. Now, this ties us into Elon Musk to buy his own silver mine because of the biggest weakness, right? The biggest weakness, Elon Musk getting his own silver mine. And it says to rely on silver to function and the billionaire burns through masses of it on a daily basis. Listen, masses of silver on a daily basis. And he's about to buy his own silver mine. Why? Because of EV coming in, electronic vehicles. Follow the money, follow the economy, and start being studious, right? People perish because of lack of knowledge, and so will your money. Your money will perish because of lack of knowledge if you are not keeping a hold of what we are about to experience. This is not going to be like 2008, right? Where it's a housing market crash. This is going to be a total global currency system financial reset. So again, Elon Musk, um, his plans for Tesla, cheap electronic vehicles, or should have introduced. Um, he said instead we got a whole lot of nothing. And again, investing in silver or his own silver mine. So people, again, you can go to millimoves.com. Also, these tangible silver products or crypto products, they're supported by silver. But I'm going to break this down before I show you these cryptocurrencies that are deflationary. People are saying all the time, I'm buying a dip, I'm buying a dip, but it just keeps on dipping. It keeps on dipping. And that's why you want to have your money into deflationary tokens. In fact, one of the licenses is beverage that I'm about to show you is about to sell out, right? That's $13 a day in passive income. So imagine if you had more than one of those beverages license that's getting you $13 right now of passive income. It's just mining in. So you all know, maybe you don't know, maybe you're new to my channel, but I follow people that break down numbers. Numbers is a universal language. It is a universal language. And I saw this Instagram post from Call Me Kinfolk. He's one of my people that I follow, right? And he made this post about the number 42 or the Jersey 42. This is the Simpsons episode. So the newest episode of The Simpsons, notice anything, you can look at the Jackie Robinson. So what does 42 represent? A lot of people say that's 42 again. Check out the new Spider-Verse movie he had on 42 jersey, 42 on a black character. This what stood out to me. I was watching iRobot just now, and in the intro of the movie, when Will Smith opened the doors, the number 42 was on the delivery robot's number. I'm going to show you that. That was on the FedEx. 42. A lot of people said that 42. Let's see. Kobe changed number to 24 after Colorado rape case, and maybe he had a change in his reminder of what he is in their eyes. He thought he was bigger than a bigger, so they made him wear 24 as a reminder, maybe. A lot of things in Colorado, even with Coach Deion Sanders going there. 42 with the bracelet in front of the bricks. I didn't notice that. We got to think about BRICS Nation. I didn't notice that. The BRICS. BRICS Nation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South America. South America and Saudi Arabia. Okay. But I put, some people was putting 42 equals to something. I just made a comment that 42 doesn't equal black. Yeah, they were saying it equal black. If you do Gematria, black equals 711, in fact. And Gematria, if the name black. So now this license is about to sell out. This is a license. It's beverage. It's connected to the beverage industry. That's why it's called beverage. Water, even wine, carbon beer, maybe energy drinks. But this is the one that's producing $13 daily in passive income and commodity backed. So I want to show you all this. It is approaching its maximum license count. There are now less licenses available to sell than the number of debt supporter licenses that were issued. So this always go back to get into real world commodities that have a supply and demand, and that have a burn mechanism, a burn system in place that takes more of the cryptos out of supply, so that those who are left holdings, right, when the demand comes, it increases the value of the holders. So what you are doing is purchasing digital software at a low entry fee to come in with higher capital gains that will arrive in the future. And you're getting a lot of these if you purchase the software at a lower entry fee. And I'm talking about under a penny in some cases and under a dollar in others. So that's getting you accumulation at low entry, right? Cost for higher gains in the future. So the growth of these projects and full techonomics. So if you all are already in these projects for me, I just noticed that Bev is about to go away. I have more than one Bev license myself, but this is the blockchain technology. This is the aluminum back. This is natural gas. Natural gas has taken a dip, but we have tornado weather right now in northern Texas going on. Um, we have abnormal weather in California going on, and we still have economists that are predicting we're going to see $4 gas prices in the month of May. The banks are not in good hands. The banks are not in good hands at all. I don't know where you're getting that info. I mean, the banks are not in good hands. The richest man in the world is telling you they're not. So, Robert Kiyosaki, if he doesn't know the economy, I don't know who does. I got an email that they are no longer taking wire transfers. I can't wait for them to start again so I can get bail. They're not doing wire transfers again because they're moving to Swipe March 15th. Swipe is connected to the banks. You'll get royalties from the banks when Swipe comes out. So there may be a way through that. I'm definitely excited about that project that's going to release on the 15th of this month in a couple of days, to get royalties from the bank and not worry about my money being gone or destroyed or cash from the bank. Banks have to be in compliance, means they must have the physical. Let me pull up that video on it. The physical money in their possession, and they don't. A lot of them are not in compliance. Let me see, can I pull that video up? But at any rate, again, so no, wire transfer will not be available. And you have XPLR, that's the satellite technology token that's available. Listen, every commodity, this is how genius the infinite intelligence is, right? Every commodity in this earth realm has a different frequency and vibration, right? And so, with that being said, um, they have to remove or have this technology that takes out or distinguishes the wrong vibrations, right? In order to find these commodities in a very eco-friendly way, where it's not destroying the earth, or you're digging up, digging it deep into the earth realm, and you're not finding the gold or the silver or the commodities, and that's destruction upon the earth. And so, let me pull this up about Basel, some people say Basel, some people say Basel IV compliance. And that's a regulatory compliance that most Americans do not know about, where the investing capital for the banks, they must have, for every 2%, they must have double that amount of common equity. And a lot of banks don't have it. That's why the banks, if you go out and get a large amount of money out, maybe 10, 20, $30,000, they don't have it. They'll make some excuse. Well, you got to come back. You got to talk to the manager. We can't release it all to you today. Can you make an appointment? No, they're supposed to have your money on site, on hand, right? And adjust this camera to move over. There we go. As I put it over there. On site, on hand. Um, what's the strategy for investing in silver? Just buy it. Buy it. You can go to millermoves.com and buy tangible silver. What's up, Queen? I text your CC to your number. I want more debt. Let me see. Repeat what strategy? Just buy it. It's like Nike. Just do it. Just buy silver. I have a website, millermoves.com. I didn't get a text from Magazines Inc. I didn't get a text to 331-444-5556. It's no hard decision about that. Go to the website, millermoves.com, and invest. I'll show you the website in a few minutes. How about that? And so this is the cryptocurrency that's connected to real world commodities that pays you cash flow, passive crypto income. Like, people, you have to get something that gives you a continuity of cash flow and perpetual. You have to start investing in assets that give you a perpetual income flow. And this is what this opportunity does. Buy real use cases, deflationary tokens. Right? I've been January, February, March, December, a little over 4 months right now of getting assets that's producing me passive income that have real use cases and that are built on a deflationary and that are decentralized. Now, when most people think of commodities, they're thinking about it's no buy silver. That's not a strategy. The strategy is make a decision and do it. Buy silver. Go to millermoves.com. You can get it for wholesale price there. But this is high yielding agriculture, mangroves, weed, hemp, soybeans, cocoa beans. If you're familiar with Cocaya, this DLG, March 15th, updates are coming to this. It's linked to physical gold, black gold, crude oil. All right, these are all the projects. Again, beverage is a $1.8 trillion industry. Blockchain, this is commercial real estate crypto that's connected to commercial real estate that takes out a lot of the middleman and negotiations at the negotiation table of having much paperwork and things to sign, and then much of the commercial real estate has to be split between 3 parties. You cut out the middleman, and now you can get blockchain real estate that's even going to be held on the NFT, right? And so, with that being said, people, everywhere, gold is gold everywhere, right? Wheat is wheat everywhere. Bitcoin is Bitcoin everywhere. These crypto commodities are crypto commodities everywhere, with the exception that these crypto commodities have continuity cash flow and perpetual asset producing income. When you invest in Bitcoin, for example, you just, whatever you have, right, however much, because you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin at 23,000. But whatever you have to put in there, that's all the quantity that you get. That's not true here, right? That is not true in these cases. You are getting the digital software that is producing for you, right, on a daily basis, 365 days out the year, 24/7, more accumulation of token, which will also have capital gains. You see that the crypto world right now is in the red. You're able to liquidate your own tokens. You don't have to have a third party to do that for you, like trading does, or you don't have to have a buyer, right? So Bitcoin price is like slides 5% in 60 minutes. And because this is a massive sell off that's going on with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, and the sell off is the market continues to digest Silvergate. That's the sell off, right? That's going on right now. So major digital assets, even in the trading world, took a plunge. I hope that people that trading found the buyer. That's the only, I think, con of trading, right? You have to have a buyer. So when Bitcoin and Ether dropped over 5%, right? The crypto firms began to distance themselves from Silvergate. Silvergate is a stock that dropped over 50% as clients continued to flee the bank. For the person that came on Facebook and said banks are safe, I guess that was a joke. Let me show you all this article because they just you just text me. Let me see. I text you back since I'm awake. I usually don't text late at night, but since I'm up and my phone is right here, let me check it. Okay, I see you. You even told me who you was. Say you are. Is it Keontae Everett? Where are you from? Where's your city and state? Where are you located? Are you in the United States? Because this is globally. Or are you from another country? So I'm gonna text you back. Oh no, I see where you're from. I see the area code. Okay. I've texted you before. Wait a minute. I've already texted you the information. In fact, I text you February the 19th. Because I really don't like just keep texting people back. They continue to say, send me the same, and they don't take action. I usually text them back and say, hey, did you receive the email that I sent you then? Right. So make sure if you're texting, you're serious about taking action, right? Um, okay, that's fine, but I'm not talking about ETC. All right, so major digital assets took a plunge in the early hours of business day. You all listen, if I return your text this time of night, we're not having a conversation. Just, I text you back, but I don't know what time it is, but it's 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's not business hours, right? So I was courteous to return the text because I'm live streaming late. That's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So it's not about conversation at this point, it's about business, right? So Bitcoin and Ether dropped over 5%, and major crypto firms continue to distance themselves from Silvergate. Silvergate stock dropped over 50% as crypto clients continue to flee the bank. Most of the top 10 continue to flee the bank. Most of the top 10 cryptocurrency by market cap saw similar declines. The rapid sell-off took a toll on Coinbase, which began expecting Coinbase is centralized, right? Which began experiencing connectivity issues in Hong Kong. Coinbase always have connectivity issues, right? Because it's centralized. So Bitcoin took a plunge today behind that. So the Ether 1111. Hi Ryan, thank you for tuning in. So this is where we are, but still Bitcoin and Ethereum are commodities or deemed as commodities. This is why getting and mining commodity cryptos that have that backing, again, during this economic reset, during this crash, only commodities with real use cases are going to last. And this is Silvergate Bank. A lot of things connected to silver and bank today. Declines on Coinbase, Circle, Pesos, Crypto.com, all of these. Gemini said they suspended business with this bank. And so that's why, or according to the news, and that's why having control of your own exchange And getting in crypto mining with real world commodities is so important, where you are on a decentralized exchange and not a centralized. Centralized can freeze up your accounts, just like a bank, just like the government, anytime they are ready. So, um, last thing I want to cover, and then I'm logging off. What is Basel III, International Regulatory, or Basel? Um, Regulatory introduced as a set of designed to migrate the risk within the international banking sector. It requires banks to maintain certain leverage ratios, to keep certain levels of reserve currency on hand. This began in 2009. Isn't it convenient that it began right? It began this process, and then we got into the C19 a couple of years later, where banks were insolvent then. In fact, that was called the repo market. They didn't have it then. And when it convenient that C19 came up on the scene and globally the world had to shut down, just in the same time that banks did not, they were, what did I just say? Because I told you I took some sleep medicine. Oh, and I'm not talking about the repo market where you get your vehicle repo, right? They were experiencing repo. They didn't have the money, and the feds had to freeze the world to contemporary. This is from a consortium of 28 banks. This was just implemented in 2009 in response to the financial crisis. A lot of these banks don't have the reserve capital in hand. That's why you can't go out and get large sums of money out right now. So let's look at the iRobot. I said I was going to look at that, the number 42, in connection to Call Me Kinfolk. I really go into numbers as it relates to the economy, right? And so this was 2004. The FedEx, we look at the date, September 14th, and that this was analyzed. Why is that date is important? Because usually in September, around the 26th of last year, we started um, oh, I got brain freeze tonight. Shemitah year. Shemitah year is that year that you have a year time, biblically, in alignment with Leviticus 25, and that you're going to have a year, right, where we're going to see a transition to go into a recession. Shemitah year. And so this come out September 14th. This is Will Smith, right? And this is FedEx is not federal government, and neither is the Fed that many people think is federal. They're not Fed either when it relates to the government. Number 42, again, the great Jackie Robinson, who came out and, gave his blessings on the jab, is no longer with us. And then Chadwick Bolden is no longer with us either, who in 2013 played Jesse Robinson. And I mean, Jackie Robinson. Y'all forgive me, I got a little brain freeze. Played Jackie Robinson. And the black major athlete to play Major League Baseball is no longer with us either. So let's look at the atomic number, or the number 42 is the masses of natural occurring stable isotopes, and also calcium, right? But however, when you look at the Bible, the number 42 is common again to the Antichrist. It goes into is it the book of Revelation that says 42 months, right, of the Antichrist in the scene. I really don't like to get really that much into that Antichrist and all of that in the biblical numerology, because some people, for some reason, think that Christ is going to return and Jesus is going to return, and that's not even what the Bible states. That's not, the rapture is not in the Bible. But It says number 42 is the number of months that it is supposed, or the Antichrist is supposed to instigate people to evil, to fulfill evil doings. 42 is the number of the end time beast, and it will be unbeatable for 42 months. The intentions will be dark and the power will be immense. Now, this will, I will say, people, this is going to be a long, hard global recession, right? The number 42 is derived from 6 times 7. The number 6 represents the number of man. Man has the ability to do both sin and evil. That's where you get on the 6th day the wild beast, which is your, or represents the mankind pituitary gland, which is your spiritual gland. I mean your pituitary gland, which is your animalistic, your beast part of your brain, and then your pineal gland, your third eye, right? When Jacob said he wrestled at the place of pineal, that's your spiritual eye, the more spiritual eye. So 6 times 7, I wrote down 7 a lot of times, divine transition, right? March around the wall of um, Jericho 7 times. And then when the earth was flooded, I don't know if this was a global flood or just in Noah's location. I think that's allegory. It was a metaphor, right? But when the earth was flooded, God said, "I would never transform or transfigure the earth like this before," right? And so the number 7, dip into Jordan 7 times, right? There was a man. He came to the prophet in Israel named Naaman, and he went in his horses and chariots and stopped at a lot. Well, there was a man named Naaman, and he stopped at Elijah's house. Elijah did a lot of miracles in the number of 7 as well. And Elijah sent a messenger to him and said, "Go dip 7 times. Your flesh will be restored and you will be clean." Right. And so this was a transformation from out of illness to cleanliness, a transformation. 7. Right. And so with that, that's what the number 7 is representation of. And 6 times 7, 7 being the number of Christ, 6 being more so the number of man, divine transformation. And it's wandering in the desert. The number 42 also um, is like a wander in the desert, like the people in Israel did, and they were exposed, right? Again, a lot of people are not going to be prepared because of their own or their inability to take actions and make decisions. Or maybe they don't see what's going on in this economic realm. And then we have Elon Musk that's tied to the number 44 again. 44 is the number of days connected to the last period of Jesus' mission on earth. It was 44 months in his ministry, leading to the period when he was crucified. And so it's a number of a completeness and an ending as we are ending the era of the United States dollar. And he gave his knowledge to his disciples as he ascended to heaven. So I'm just giving my knowledge to you all. Um, believe it or not, ready or not, think it's not, here it comes. But I do say, um, you know what, I'm about to log off because I'm not going to answer questions like this. I'm not going to answer questions like how much silver you can own, whatever, however much you can afford. I'm not going to give you, I don't know what you want me to tell you. On $10,000 worth of silver. What if you don't have $10,000 put into it? All I'm saying is going to be used to reset the currency system. So get what you can afford, and don't be so um, question asked that you have a blind side, your belief system, and you don't take any action. Right? Just go on the website and look and see what's within your budget, because I don't know what was in your budget. I don't know what's in your budget and how much. I don't know what your expected goal. how rich do you want to be? I don't know. If it's at $40 right now an ounce with shipping and handling, how much do you want to acquire? If it goes to double that by the end of the year, I mean, these are things that you have to do your math on, and you have to know what's your budget. And there's some active thinking, that you have to do as well. Too many variables to, I mean, right. Come on. I don't know. It might be just somebody just spamming on live stream. But yeah, the Bible number, I mean, yeah, 44. The completion of an ending, again, connected to Jesus' earthly ministry. So, you all, as I said, getting in cryptocurrency that are deflationized, real use cases, passive income flow tied to assets, continuity of cash flow, and getting in like natural gas is 0.00021 cent. Actually, this one is sold out. So the natural gas and crude oil is not even available anymore. All of these licenses are about to sold out. These digital software. So hey, if you want to take action, also new projects are coming within the next couple of days, where you can also get royalties from a bank every time someone swipe or use a credit card. Um, that's going to be a big seller and purchases on March 15th. So go ahead and get in the eye. You cannot get these cryptocurrencies on Coinbase, or you can't get them on Binance. You can't get them on any exchange. You have to be a member of this exclusive community in order to access these digital software to mine your crypto. All right, you all. I stayed on too long. I wasn't supposed to stay on this long. I'm logging off. You all have a great night, and position yourself, people, for the greatest wealth transfer. As Charles, no. I might get that wrong, but let me make sure, because I'm not like 100% myself tonight. Um, this is the best of times for some, right? The best of times and the worst of times. I was about to say Charles Dickens is the author of that. Let me make sure. The best of times and the worst of times. Yep, I was right on that. The Dickens Project. It was the age of wisdom, 5 foolish virgins and 5 wise. And guess what they had? Commodities. They had oil. People in the Bible had oil to sustain their riches and wealth. They had commodities. Right? Genesis 13 said Abraham was very rich. Silver, gold, livestock, cattle. And Abraham had land. Right? And it said it was the age of wisdom and the age of foolishness. It was the epic of belief and the epic of incredulity. And it was a season of light. Get out my live stream before they get on, because I'm supposed to be live streaming. It was a season of darkness. It was a spring of hope. And it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. This is where we're headed. Right? And some people had nothing before us. We were all going in the direction of heaven. We were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period, and some of the authorities insisted on its being received for good or for evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. The best of times and the worst of times. What time you gonna be in? How you gonna position yourself? Good night, Ryan. Peace. 11:11. Queen out.